just like these. These guys are out here, a bunch of showboats. These are assemblies of God who teach heresy right just straight out the book, but they'll dip you in water and they'll wear white. Do you think wearing white all of a sudden makes you a man or woman of God? What do they think they're doing? These people are still in sin. They confess they're still in sin, but they got the evidence of speaking in tongues. Well, so does the devil. So then they come out here, tell this woman that they're the people of God. She listens to them, goes out here, and now they dip her in the water. Now she comes up wet. Now she goes home still in sin, thinks she's going to heaven. Is she going to heaven? No, she's not going to heaven. She's not born again. She got fooled by the wolf. The same thing as these. I mean, look at them. What in the world is this? They got them all dressed up in white, going in this pool, dipping in the water, but you're coming out of the same old thing, a wet sinner, going back into sin all the rest of your week, but you go to some big old monstrosity of a church, you think you're going to heaven? According to the Bible, you don't know Jesus. Y'all better stop with the religious shenanigans, thinking that because you go do something, it achieves something. Unless you seek the Lord with all faith, you're not going to be saved. And you better understand that to believe on him is to believe that he will do what he said he will do. He will set you free from sin. He will cleanse you from sin, delivering you from the powers of darkness so that you can be a child of God. It's called the gospel of reconciliation. Sin separated you from God. Holiness is what reconciles you. Jesus Christ made the atonement for that to be possible. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sin. Jesus Christ made that available, but you have to receive him. And you can't say, well, I receive what he did, but I'm not going to receive his commands. And that's what your churches teach you to do. Deny his commands. Just say, I claim and I receive what he did. You know what I'm saying? I hope you understand. I'm trying my best to wake some of you up in this last minute. Y'all are caught up in this type of nonsense. The more churchy these people get, the more religious song, dance, music, lighting they get, the further away from God they are. The crazier it gets, the further away from God they get, but the more theatrical they become during their events. Theater. Bunch of theater, bunch of actors, and they got these people fooled by the masses. Jesus said every one of you free if you'll just turn to him for real, but you got to cut this off. You got to stop the nonsense. These are religious hypocrites. These two girls right here. I don't know them, but I'll just give you an average rundown of the average person in these churches. This girl right here on the left. Right now, she's at the church. She took a half a bar of Xanax. This morning, she popped 2 Percocets, and that's her average day as she gets going, right? Now, she doesn't know where to get them all the time because this is her friend right here. Her friend has a script from the doctor, and she gets her pills from her because they're good friends. Do you understand that? Now, this one right here, well, she has a boyfriend, but she commits, well, not only fornication, but adultery against that she's joined unto. And so does she. They both live down there to the trailer park. You know, they think they're good to go. They're coming to church and say, well, we're trying. But they've been fooled by the devil. Come as you are. Did Jesus say, come as you are? Did he ever say, come as you are? What did Jesus actually say? What is the first words of Jesus when he began his preaching? He said, repent and obey the gospel. Some of you say, but he was sitting at the table with sinners. Well, that's what the Pharisees said. Jesus was separate from sinners. He came to tell the sinner about the fix to change the sin, to make you holy. He came to tell you about your sickness. He said, those that are sick need a physician. The sin is the sickness. Jesus is the doctor. He is the great physician. He didn't come down there hanging out with them while they're in sin. He sat down with them to tell them the truth so that they could be delivered from the power of darkness. They could be sanctified. The devil came in with some slick tongue verbiage telling you, come as you are. The Lord understands. He receives all as they are. Well, that's a lie from the devil. You better repent or you're none of his. You better seek to be saved, freed from all sin, sanctified, or you're none of his. Quit getting hypnotized by churchy activity and religious shenanigans and receive the truth of the gospel. This is a house of hypocrites. No more, no less. All of this stuff is the same thing.